Did you know that Hawkgirl is older than Wonder Woman? She was created at least a year and a half before Wonder Woman as Shiera Saunders, and then as the superheroine Hawkgirl at least 3 months before Wonder Woman was unveiled to the public. This makes her one of the oldest DC Comics superheroine, and we're going to be looking at Hawkgirl today because I scored on the JLA Hawkgirl. I didn't do it on purpose, but that's the character I've got. I'm very happy to review this figure today. This is Hervé from Comic Book Bin, fill you in since 2002. Like and subscribe. So like I mentioned, I scored big. I just ordered Hawkman from the local EB Games GameStop store, well, online, and I was expecting them to send me the Shiera Saunders Hawkgirl. Lo and behold, they sent me the JLE Hawkgirl. That's the one I wanted, but I never thought I was going to get it since it's so rare. It's so difficult to find, and I can hear all those horror stories from people saying they're trying to get her and shipment loss or whatever it is. I don't know what's happening, but I know that this figure is not the most common one. But if you ask me, it's the most beautiful one. I was a bit mixed up, not knowing which one to buy. But I'm very glad that I've got the original one. I was resigned with the Shiera Saunders version, but now that I've got this one, the Silver Age Hawkgirl, Shayera Thal, or Hall for some people, or Shiera Saunders, Hall. Hey, she's the one that looks the best with my Hawkman, whom I also scored. Luckily, when my local store, online store, sent me this version of Hawkman also. On both front, I was very lucky to get these versions of the characters of the Hawks. And now I've got the best mix and match, and she'll look great with my Justice League. She can also fit with the Justice Society because obviously this is the Silver Age or even the Golden Age Hawkgirl. Now, if you know a little bit of comic book history, you'll also know that this is, well, the Golden Age Hawkgirl looked like that, except she had a red trunk here. Her chest was showing, and later on she gained the yellow shirt, and her abs were no longer showing. But this is the classic look. I've always called her the Wolverine look. She's the original Wolverine. I mean, she's a fierce combatant, and she can regenerate when she gets hurt. But on top of that, she can also fly, and she has great wings, and she's good with weapons. I'm also very glad that they didn't use the same wings as they use with Hawkman. Hawkman's wings don't move, but Hawkgirl's does. There's a few concerns of mine as to whether the colors used with the suit are the same or compatible with both figures. Let's find out. But she does have the classic Hawkgirl look with the classic helmet. That helmet was also used in the Golden Age, but not as often. In the Silver Age, this streamlined helmet became the Hawkgirl helmet, as opposed to the full Hawk head that we know with the beak, the full beak showing up. She could use a little bit of yellow on the face here if you want to make her look like the Silver Age version. It wasn't just orange, there was some gradient going from yellow here to orange. And those stripes were also not on the Silver Age version of Hawkgirl. They were only with the Shiera Saunders version of Hawkgirl. But these are small details. You've noticed that I've also given her a crossbow. This crossbow comes from Quarrel. You know, the G.I. Joe character Quarrel. She doesn't have the arrow in the crossbow. I'm trying to find a way where I can give her one of those quivers that is used on either on Scarlet or Quirrell, and put it like a sash here that would just hang with all the arrows. Why? Because in classic comic book art by Murphy Anderson and other artists of the Silver Age and even the Bronze Age, Hawkgirl was often seen sporting a crossbow. Katar or Hawkman was often seen sporting a shield. Less times a sword, like here. She also had a spear, also sometimes, but I don't have one for her yet. I'm pretty sure I can find one in my stock of, action figures and stuff, but I haven't found one that I liked, that had a good detailing that I can use on her. But I was gonna compare the green to see if it's the same green on both characters. Not exactly, it's not the same green, but it matches. What about the red? The red seems like it's the same, at least on the trunks here. The yellow is not exactly the same yellow on the belt. And what about the boots? It's not exactly the same red on the boots, but it doesn't matter, it still fits. It's not much of a problem, it's still gonna fit. Now the wings are not exactly the same. The brown is not the same on the wings as on both characters, and that's okay. I'm okay with her being a bit different from Hawkman. They don't have to be completely the same. Hawkgirl is her own character and should not be just like a clone of Hawkman or a female version of Hawkman, even though that's how she was created originally. But over the years, she's gained her own fandom and she's become more independent from Hawkman, which was the right thing to do with the character. I'm very happy that she's developed into her own characters over the years. The wings are much smaller than Hawkman's, but then they can articulate. They remind me a bit of Angel's wings, except they can do this, and that's not nice. This is kind of ugly. They're also on the softer side. Hawkman's wings are a bit more sturdy, if I dare say. Right? It's more solid. They don't bend. It's a more durable plastic. Hawkgirl's wings are very soft. So you'll have to be careful not to damage them at all. But then I've got Hawkgirl, I've got the GLE Hawkgirl. How can I complain? Her mace is different from Hawkman's, and that's perfect. I didn't expect that, but that's what they've done. I like that very much. I'm very happy with this. Her scale is obviously using some of the female DC Multiverse action figures, which means she's a bit taller, or almost as tall as Hawkman, and probably taller than Adam Strange here behind her. Let's look at some articulation. Obviously, she can look forward very well. So she can fly. You can see her flying. Imagine her flying. And since she can bend her back this way, she's going to be great looking if you want to make her look like she's flying and hunting, chasing someone. You know? If you want to make her look like she's hunting some kind of opponent, something like that. You can do the contra something body pretty well, right? Very dynamic. I love this character. She was one of my favorite in the comics too, so I'm very glad to see her here. Like, I'm very happy. I think Hawkgirl is in demand. I think many people like Hawkgirl. We didn't know that we like Hawkgirl this much. I'm pretty sure Todd McFarlane did not know that Hawkgirl was going to be such a popular release. But yeah, she is. Over the years, there's been several DC Direct Hawkgirl. I've got a lot of them, but I've got the original one that came in the 2-set package with Hawkman. Except I don't have this package here. It's stored elsewhere in a different city. This is your Hawkgirl in a dynamic pose. Very nice figure. Look at this. She looks like she can fight. She can destroy anything, including Solomon Grundy, whom she has a special relationship with in the Justice League Unlimited cartoon. Look at this. Isn't that a beautiful character? One thing that bugged me with the Shiera Saunders version of Hawkgirl was this here, which was painted over. So it was yellow, and it looked kind of weird for me, for her to have this part yellow, as opposed here. With this version of Hawkgirl, I've got the best of both worlds. She's got the chest showing here, and paint here, so on. Very dynamic looking figure. I really love this character. And with the crossbow, oh my god, she looks even better. Obviously, she comes with several hands. Let me go get these hands for you. These are the hands that come with Hawkgirl. So she's got open palm hands for when she flies. I think these were used with Power Girl also. She's got 2 fist hands. Like this. These were probably used with the Wally West Kid Flash action figure, since they're so tiny. And this one. So she's got 2 open palms. And 2 fists. But I'm using the trigger hands for both weapons, so she can hold those weapons. So I'm not going to be using something else. Now, on this stand here, she can stand here because my diorama base allows figures with wonky balance to sometimes settle there, because it's an imperfect ground, so there's bumps all over the place, and so she can stand on her own here. You know, there's enough support for her here, but if you put it on a flat surface, she's not gonna be able to stand on her own. You're gonna have to use the good old McFarlane action figure stand with her. Here she can stand, but she can't stand elsewhere. Or you can use a McFarlane action figure stand. I was using this one with Hawkman, but you can also use it with Hawkgirl, since she can't sit, she cannot stay on properly, and you can put her in a very beautiful dynamic stance with a contrast porto stand like that. Extend the wings a bit. Raise the fist. And see how she looks when she's hunting. Or maybe this way. Yeah, that's the way. And make her look very dynamic like this. I'm gonna have to find something else for Hawkman. I've got this one stand. That can be used with Hawkman. It's obviously not a McFarlane stand. I don't want to scratch his stomach because this one doesn't open. Well, maybe I'm going to use the starting lineup with Hawkgirl instead, since, yeah. Well, her waist is a bit too thin, but the problem with this is that it doesn't bend enough. She's still looking up. And then with Hawkman here, like I've mentioned, I've customized Hawkman. Well, customized. I've given him other weapons that he can use. The starting lineup action figure stand was used with Adam Strange, so I may have to do something else. I really like the crossbow look on Hawkgirl. Really fits her. Okay. So we've got Hawkman and Hawkgirl together. And they're gonna attack someone like Psycho Pirate here. And they're getting help from other GSA members like Wildcat. Now Wildcat would look good as part of some kind of diorama here with Hawkgirl and maybe Dr. Fate, who's also related to the Hawks. Like this. Automatic, Justice Society, Justice League if you want. So we know that Hawkgirl will stand very difficultly on her own, so she has to use an action figure stand like this one. We know that this is the rarer version of Hawkgirl and that I scored just like that by chance. I'm very happy to get this version of Hawkgirl and not the other one. The other one is fine, but I prefer the classic looking Hawkgirl. She fits pretty well with Hawkman. We don't see her hair in the back. The classic Hawkgirl had hair flowing in the back. Kendra is the only one who didn't have hair showing in the back. One thing I don't like about her is the shoulders. The shoulder make her look a bit too muscular, in a sense. See? She looks like she has men's shoulders, like they're a bit too beefy. This is one thing I don't like, but that's okay, that's a detail. She still looks very good next to the rest of the Justice Society, the Justice League, and so on. The wings are much smaller than Hawkman's, but they can articulate, so that's even a win. I don't know what else to say. I really love this figure. McFarlane thinks that people don't like female characters. I can't wait for them to do the Zatanna and the Black Canary action figures. I'm pretty sure those two are also going to be must-have for everybody. People are going to be chasing over them. If people are chasing over Hawkgirl, wait until they get Zatanna and Black Canary, which are even more popular than Hawkgirl. So I think he's in for a surprise, and he's probably going to regret not making more female characters way ahead of time. This is my Justice Society shot. There's a Guy Gardner and even a Batman here in the back. Let's put them here. And here's a Guy Gardner who's going to be in a movie with Hawkgirl and Superman. Obviously, Guy Gardner and Wildcats are friends in the comics. And now we've got a full shot of Justice Society and Justice League members. Well, the only one who's not a Justice League member is Wildcat. Everybody else can cross both teams sometimes. This is Hervé from Comic Book Bin. Affiliated since 2002. I really, really love Hawkgirl. I think she's great. See you next time. Like and subscribe.